Jonas from Michigan and Jenna Broom from Illinois. So I'm going to go ahead and bring them on the show real quick.
I'm here.
Jenna, you got to turn your camera on. There you go. Hey, how are y'all?
Doing good. Doing good.
Doing good.
How are y'all surviving quarantine so far?
I'm still sitting and not climbing walls tonight, so that's good.
I got TP and Oreos. We're good to go.
How many days have y'all been in it? I know Jenna and I, we've been working or sent home the same amount of time, so we've been going crazy together.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Sam?
My official March 6th or March 13th, we were told we were not coming back, and as of right now, we're not back till May 1st. But Wisconsin just decided to extend to the end of May, so I'm assuming we'll probably be not far behind it.
So then, yeah, pretty much in the same boat as us, because I think it was March 15th for me and you as well. So, hi, Bethany. Thanks for joining us tonight. So let's do some quick introductions for the people in JCI that don't know you. Which one of you want to start? Samantha?
I can start. Yeah, that's fine. So my local chapter is JCI Greater Muskegon, which is in Michigan. I have been a JC. I just rolled over 3 years in February, and it is my saving grace for when I moved across the state of Michigan and had no friends, no family, and said, well, I really like my job, so I hope that it pans out. My boss was actually, or the elected official that's a prosecutor was actually a JC, and he's like, I'm telling you, it will be the best thing you ever do. You should join them. And so here I am 3 years later.
Awesome. Hey, Bill, welcome in. And Jenna, how about you?
So I'm Jenna Broom. I am this year's management vice president for the Springfield, Illinois JCs. We are 81 years young this year. And I joined in 2017, so I'm about to hit 3 years as a JC. I quit drinking and needed some friends, so I needed something to do. So I decided to join. My friend Jesse had been bugging me about it, and I finally decided to do something. So
it's funny how our friends can beg us to finally join, and then we're like, oh, this is kind of neat. That's the same way I got involved. My friend begged and begged and begged and begged all the time, and then finally I took the bait. That was a long time ago, though. So what about the leadership fellows? Like, explain this program. I know y'all are in the second cohort, so this is not a new program, but there's still a lot of people that don't know about it. Hey, Whit.
Jonna, you get to go first.
Okay. Yeah, I should have gone first last time. No. So Illinois, I'm the fourth fellow from Illinois. So, and I knew the other fellows from the first cohort. So they talked about it a lot. I actually have another fellow in my chapter, Danielle. And so they had brought it up a lot, because it's a program really for people that do see themselves growing as leaders, not just in the organization, but outside of it. So it's really just, it's a way to develop yourself. We do different, we meet every month online and just talk about different things, different skills for leadership. Crisis management was a popular one now, so we just did that. Then we meet in person at conventions. We do like storytelling was one that we did. So, but it's just a really great way to kind of grow as a leader and be able to share JCI with other people in other ways.
Awesome.
So I guess I would echo a lot of what Jenna said about the program. Michigan is also a big participant. I think we have me and two others in my class and then two in the first. So I knew about it from Anna Versale. She is kind of like one of my mentors in JCs. So I was talking to her. I saw that she got presented with a plaque from Noelle, and I was like, well, what is this? And I like plaques because, who doesn't like awards? And but I definitely agree that it's a good way to develop yourself as a leader. I think the nice thing about it is not that the JCI as a whole doesn't try to develop you as a leader, but it gives you kind of that specialized treatment. There's small classes. There's only about 10 of us. And then that's 10 people that you also get to really bond with that definitely have similar goals. Because even in the chapters, I think we all have a similar idea, but we all kind of, each chapter kind of functions a little differently. So to come together with, 9 or 8 other people from across the country, it's really nice to see, hey, it's not just a Michigan thing. Hey, it's not just an Illinois thing, or an Illinois, sorry, I know there's no S. But I picked it up because I do want to grow as a leader. I think I'm an assistant prosecutor, so that's another big position to hold, and people look up to you. So I'm like, well, why not take this opportunity not only just to grow JCs, but also professionally, and just being able to do the different specialized training. I can't say enough about the program, and being able to make some really good friends. I got really lucky, and Jenna's my roomie, so
Yay!
we've become best friends pretty much over about 7-8 months, and it's really awesome to have that awesome support system. And it's not just somebody locally. Sometimes you want to vent and not have people know what you're talking about.
No, it's really awesome to get to connect with people from all over. I mean, we've got people from just Wyoming. Jeff is on here. He's from Wyoming. We've got South Carolina. We've got Virginia.
Montana.
Montana, from Montana. Yeah, but it's really an awesome way to really then connect to, because we've been able to connect with XCOM, we've been able to connect with different levels of JCI, and not just learning more about JCI, but just kind of getting to know other people, especially if you want to, move up. My end game is to be an NVP like my friend Miranda. And so it's been really nice to get to network in that way as well, and make friends from just all over the place. It's awesome.
So the process of actually becoming a fellow it's not very easy either. I mean, it's a lengthy process. Like, y'all have to submit applications, do interviews, and so why don't y'all tell us a little bit about that?
So the application comes out, and it's not just like, what's your name, where are you from, and how long have you been in JC? Because that would be great, but it's not. And I know
it's part of it, though.
Right. And I know they're a little bit changing some of it, because as we know, everything, as you start in the ground level, things grow and adapt. So for us, we had 2 different essays we had to write. We had to write one about us personally and kind of where we see our end game and what we want to do to grow as far as a leader. And we also had to kind of develop an active citizen framework project that we'd really like to see in our local, which I thought was really cool. And it then forced you to kind of think outside the box on top of, a JC resume, a professional resume. And then, like Jenna said, the basic, I'm a JC and here's what I've done and here's how long I've been there. So, I mean, it kind of ties in all those skills that we talk about kind of with like the year hired and stuff, there are competitions, learning about, writing and crafting your resume so that it's good. And then putting, the essays of really trying to put who you are on paper. I think sometimes that's always one of my biggest struggles. And I think, being forced to do that is, I'm one of those people that I'm like, I am who I am. Just let me show you. I don't need to tell you. And it's like, it's nice to be pushed outside of your comfort zone. What is it? Go before you're ready.
Go before you're ready. Yeah, which is horrifying, but great. And really gets you to, it really has helped me. I'm Jenna, I'm loud, in case you guys haven't met me. So I put myself out there a lot, but it's actually something that makes me really nervous. And so when we were in Texas, and we learned about storytelling, that was really a great way for me to become more comfortable talking about JCing and not rambling on and on and on and on, like I still kind of tend to do sometimes. But it was also a really great way for us to connect and understand that there's a lot of us JC because we have passions, and things that we really want to passionately do and take care of in the community. So if you have a strong passion that you want to do through JCI, this, the fellows program is a great way to do that. And another thing to mention too is you also need recommendations, because it is a big time commitment. So you need to get permission from your job, because you are required to do travel and different things of that nature. But another thing is I had our state president, Vanessa Birchler, write a letter for me recommending me for the program, because you do want support from your other organization, from your state organization, your local organization. It's about bringing these skills back with you so that you can help your local and your state organizations get better as well.
And yeah, like you were saying, it is a huge commitment, travel wise, especially because y'all do a lot of travel even outside of conventions because y'all have meetups X amount of times. And then even when we were going on the cruise or even at convention, y'all are generally asked to come in a day early. And so you don't miss our trainings at convention. So, but isn't it like a 2-year program as well?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a 2-year commitment. We had our first meetup in August of this past year. So we applied, I think it was April, May, found out in June, and then met for the first time in August. And then we had the meeting again in Texas for elections. And then we were supposed to be in Miami today, but we're not going to talk about it.
We were in Miami today.
We met Pitbull.
We
It was
met
great.
Pitbull. He took us on a private tour of Little Havana, and he sang to me the whole entire way. So yeah. I'm gonna do a whole
Cuban food. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a whole entire Photoshop vacation. It won't be as many pictures because they take forever, but I'm still gonna Photoshop us in Miami.
I'm down with that.
We now have Anna watching, and President Fallon, Kira, and Amy, and Tara. Everybody's sitting there talking. You got a lot of Michigan that's tuned in for y'all. So
I might have pushed it a little bit.
Well, there's a lot of support coming in from you guys. So so y'all are in your first year. So then I believe won't the third cohort, won't information be coming out about that pretty soon?
I think it's a little later, I think, this year than it was just because of kind of everything going on. But I think, it'll be, but it's coming out soon. Yeah, Sam?
That was, I think, kind of the understanding. The other really cool thing is Jay Johnson has, this is for the kind of the history. This was like Noel's baby. And then, we've had, some wonderful people taking on his project management. And now Jay Johnson has kind of jumped in the mix, which anybody that's had the wonderful opportunity to meet Jay, he's amazing. He's one of the best trainers I've ever had the opportunity to work with. And I swear I'm not just saying that because he's from Michigan. But he's amazing. And Jay has really, with Noel and, we've just had the ability to really start developing the program. And I think they looked at some of the things and want to really just not only take all the great things we've already experienced, but also just keep growing it. So I know Jay and them were looking at, and James, which of course we have as our program manager, trying to modify the application to make sure that, we are still getting an interest in it. And the best thing I think we haven't officially given when it will come out, but usually I want to say they were hoping sometime next month, but I think Jenna's right with the, everything in crisis mode. Unfortunately, I think everything gets, shifted a little bit. And I think we would have seen more and heard more had we all been in Miami in person and not just our Photoshop vacation. So I would definitely say, and I promise, I'm sure not only will XCOM, but all of the fellows that are currently there are going to be sharing the heck out of it, because that's how I got so lucky to find it, because Anna and them from first cohort were definitely pushing it. So I would say definitely, if you don't have Jenna or I on Facebook, add us and follow us, because we will be pushing and promoting that, because it is such a great program and we want people to be able to benefit from it.
And it's really, what's great is that it's really been developing over the past 2 years. And I think there's a very solid foundation that they're building on now and really structuring it a lot more. And it looks, I'm really excited to see where the program goes. And one of the things that's exciting about it as well is that we still get to stay connected. So even though we're graduating as fellows, we will still stay connected as a cohort to the other fellows. So it's really going to be a great continuity of leadership as well.
Yeah, because y'all do seem to have, I've seen y'all at conventions and y'all pretty much are in this little like friend group most of the time already. So it is nice to see that bond that is formed outside of the bar in a sense, because
Right.
it is. And it's nice to see that. So what else can we add about the fellows?
I would say that we also, like Jenna had mentioned, we go to the conventions. I know that not everybody, but I think my understanding is, North American Academy got open to the fellows, and it wasn't something, because each state was kind of limited on who they could send or how many they could send. So having it open to the fellows is a really cool thing. I think in general, even we're one of the, I don't want to say we get extra, but we have that, like Jenna had already mentioned, that direct connection to the XCOM. It's getting to meet people. It's forming mentors. And it's not just us within each other bonding. It's saying, hey, oh, I know that Miranda girl. I met her that one time and Miranda was really sweet. Or, Jay or Justin, because obviously these are things, or getting to know Noelle, or, just the other ones, Trey and things like that through XCOM. It's a really cool, like, it's just nice because not only do you feel like you're getting the leadership training, but you're also seeing like how people start gravitating towards you and saying, oh wait, like, this, or you've been here, or you've seen this. So I think it also kind of, I don't want to say it's like a prestigious thing, but it is. It's kind of specialized, and unfortunately not everybody gets in. But I think, to me, it's one of those, if you don't get in the first time, unless one of the qualifications kick you out because of, you're over 35 and stuff, I would apply 1,000 times if I didn't get in the first time. I was like, if I apply now, I still got like 3 more years to apply and keep going. And, maybe I'm not ready where I'm at, but I think it's just, I can't say enough. Like Jenna said, it's so awesome.
Before you're ready. Don't forget. You got to go before you're ready.
And then you get cool sayings that, people laugh at you because you have no idea what we're talking about. So,
yeah. Well, I mean,
it is a really good saying, because if you do wait for opportunities that you think you're ready for, you'll just be sitting and waiting for forever. And Jeremy, it looks like he's saying y'all are really good at karaoke.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's not just karaoke, it's Asian karaoke. Can we make sure we get the correct karaoke?
Rooms with the TV, and that was an amazing experience. That I
was. Thank you, Anna.
Yeah, thank you, Anna. That was great.
So is it like one of those places where you rent the room and nobody else can hear you?
Yes.
Yeah, we did one of those in Detroit, I think. And it was amazing because you can sound awful and nobody else has to hear you.
It's great. Like, and you're on a couch and like, whatever. It's nice.
And then
it was great. I thought it was super fun.
Then you have Danielle from Jenna's chapter who can, do Lizzo like it's her day job.
Danielle can throw down. She also does CrossFit. I don't know if she's watching this, but she does CrossFit.
Wait, CrossFit? Is that a thing?
CrossFit's a thing.
I've seen her post on Facebook. She's definitely taken this quarantine to a whole overachieving level, because I'm like,
but it's really not overachieving. That's just who she is, which is amazing. And then you're just like, well,
I'm gonna eat Oreos.
But she's like the first person to pump you up about like some tiny little goal. She's like, oh, that's great. And you're like, I did like nothing, but you make me feel amazing. And like, I didn't eat the whole roll of Oreos. Good for you. Like, she would literally be pumped if I didn't eat the whole roll. Yeah. So
what has been your favorite memory as involved with the fellows, or your favorite experience of being a fellow?
I'm going to be biased and say getting to room with Jenna. So that's fun.
It is. I am like an anti-rooming with people person. So it's actually, it works out really well for us. We are compatible roommates, thankfully. Yeah. I would say that was good. And then Texas, visit me, Jeremy, Kate, and Terry from the first cohort all walked down to Whataburger, and I got to have my first Whataburger. Yes. Yeah, at like 2 a.m. or something. It was great. So, yeah. And rooming with Sam.
Yeah, I've never had a Whataburger. We don't have those around here, so.
Isn't it just like kind of?
No, we do, but I don't know of one. She's saying we have, so maybe we have. I just don't remember.
Did we lose Jenna?
Anyhow.
Can you hear us, Jenna?
Can you not hear us anymore, Jenna? Oh, we lost our sound.
I'm like, I can hear you, Miranda, but I kept seeing her go like this. put her hand up
I'd
for
have
ears.
muted her.
Oh.
She can come back out and go back to the link or something. But
Maybe.
I will it looks like she's trying to text. How about, why don't you, in honor of our 100th anniversary, we have been trying to collect all of the 100th anniversary YUJC. We're trying to get stories from 100 people on YUJC. So why don't we start with you? And since Jenna's gone.
I will try Jenna in a minute. Got it.
And we will, she is coming back and we will add her back. And then we'll start with you and then we'll add Jenna when she gets back.
Okay. So I think, like I had already stated, kind of my boss pushed me to JC, but now the why behind it is I think it's just a support group that I didn't think I was going to have. I came out I moved 3 hours away from family, friends. I literally was like, well, let's see what happens. Hopefully
I can't hear you guys.
Can you not hear me at all?
All right.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear her now?
Can you hear me, Jenna?
No, that didn't work.
Oh no.
All right, I'm coming back.
Hi, guys.
No, I'm coming back.
It's like, hi, I'm gonna just do this.
I was having my phone and I didn't want y'all to see me like bend down.
Oh no, you're
so,
good. Okay, so my why is, like I said, came out. They kind of just started. It became my family. I mean, I think anyone that JCs and really gives it any time of day realizes everybody becomes a family. I am not even close to joking during this quarantine. If it wasn't for my JC local chapter, my JC Michigan, my JC USA, and even because of getting to go to North American Academy, I've got some really amazing friends from across the globe to do this stuff. I've got Monica from Germany, who is so awesome. I've got our Canadian friends that I got to meet, and they are amazing and wonderful, and I can't say enough stuff. And getting to meet President Stefan and stuff, he's phenomenal. If you haven't had the opportunity to meet him, he's hilarious. But so I think at this point they drive my passion, they support me. And honestly, when you don't have family close, it's the family that you get to pick. So at this point, my YIJC is because I have a passion to volunteer, give back, and watch people grow, and I get to do all of it here with the JCs.
That's an awesome story. I love hearing these stories. Like, I really wish I would have, like, I want to make a 100 reasons why we JC like storybook or something for the 100th year, because it's neat to see how everyone's so different, but yet we're all the same. We're so many of us have joined for different reasons, but then so many say the people is why we stay.
Absolutely.
So Jenna, we just did the 100th anniversary. In honor of that, we are doing 100 stories from 100 awesome people. MDD Ross and I are working together between Leadership Live and the podcast. So she just shared her why she JC story. So why do you JC? Like, why do you stay?
So I'm pretty open about this and about who I am. So I'm a recovering alcoholic. It will be hopefully 3 years sober in July. And when I gave up alcohol, I needed something to do. And my friend Jessie had been like talking about this like organization, and I was like, oh, I don't have time. Really, it was just because I was like hungover all the time. And so I was like, okay, I guess I'll see what this is, right? And it was kind of amazing that I had all this free time and that I was meeting all these cool people, but why I stay is the purpose. Because like people trust what I have to say, and people ask me to run things and like do things, and they call me for advice, or they call me because they're stressed out or whatever. So just getting that pull in, feeling like I'm doing something, feeling like I have a purpose other than being a drunk, which is all I was for a long time. Yeah, I have a purpose, and JC gives me purpose, so that's why I JC.
Aw, that gave me chills. So that was a really good one. Yeah, I had something else to add to that, but now I forgot.
Sorry.
You like blew my mind. Oh, yeah. So, speaking of the leadership skills and the fact that y'all are fellows and everything, how much in the past, because y'all both said you're about 3 years in, right around, how much of a leader do you feel like, or how much have you changed since you've joined the JCs?
I think I acknowledge why I stay. Like, so when we did the storytelling project, that was kind of the thing that pulled it out of me, really, was because I always said, oh, it's the friends and it's the and the people and the this, but really, and that's true. That's part of it. It's not that it's not, but the purpose is what it is, the feeling like I'm doing something. So being able to define my why, I think is one of the biggest things I've gotten. And it's important, right? Because you can't pull people in, you can't tell people effectively why they should be JCs, if you can't tell them why you are. So
Right.
I think the best thing I've gotten out of it so far.
It's a great thing.
Yeah, I think it just, with my job, it's given me an opportunity to really see that just because I'm one of those kind of uber obsessive compulsive people, but it's given me an opportunity to really realize that it's okay that not everybody reaches that level, and it's okay that somebody's planning or somebody's or take on how they do projects is different. So I think really getting to learn and experience different people and different work ethics, and not work ethics like all of a sudden this person's lazy. I'm just saying, like, they don't do it my way, and it's okay. And it took me probably to really getting in the JCs, and it's kind of nice because I've kind of grown with the JCs as I've actually grown with my career. So it's kind of had that like secondary fault. And like, I think, unfortunately we haven't mentioned it, but I'm sure most people that have been active in the JCs feel it's a good place to fail. And I hate to use the word fail because I don't think we fail, but it's a good place to fall down. It's a good place to skin your knees, and it's a good place to get back up and realize that it doesn't matter if it was one person that watched it or 700 people that watched it, because at the end of the day, that one person or those 700 people are going to cheer you on and support you and are going to say, you know what, it's okay that happened here because it doesn't affect anything. It's okay because it doesn't cost you your job. It's okay. And so learning how to take a step back and maybe, not fail in your day-to-day life is really another skill that I've picked up. So I would say that it's kind of helped me grow, and I could not feel more comfortable failing in front of everybody in the JCs. And it gives me just an experience that I don't think you get in your career. And while I will never say that I don't have amazing supportive people in my career, it's just a different, if I mess up in my career, I could affect somebody's life. I could affect, if I mess up in the JCs, not saying our projects aren't important and not saying that losing money is, not important, but it's just a different, it's okay, we can try, or how did we learn from that? And you don't always necessarily get that in the career.
Right. Yeah, I completely agree with that. I was in the same situation. I was just a 911 dispatcher, and I had reached the top. Like, that's it. You can't go any further because you don't want to give me a gun and a fast car. Like, that's terrible. So, I mean, like, I was at the top of my career. And once I started joining the JCs, and then they started seeing new techniques in community policing and stuff, they really decided, like, hey, look, she knows what she's doing in the community. Like, so they created me a new job and took me out of dispatch. And so then they gave me the title of public information officer. But like, so I'm doing press releases and news interviews, and we're planning nights out against crime and shot with a cop events and just things that are sharing positive light. But so basically I got a college education out of the JCs, So I know, Serena, not just a 911 dispatcher, but it is a very important job because you are the very first person you hear from. But still, like, there's not like a top 911 dispatcher. Like, I'm done. You're there. That's it. So anyhow, yeah, so the JCs will definitely give you the purpose and a reason to stay. I love that idea or that saying. So, well, with that being said, thank you, ladies. I guess we will throw in a pitch for our virtual day Saturday, beginning at 9 Central Time on Zoom. Search our Facebook page for the event, and then you can join us all for some trainings. I know you Leadership Fellows have training all day tomorrow. So enjoy
We got
that.
this.
Crispin
Yes.
says 912 dispatcher comes next.
It must be a Canadian thing.
It's yeah, Canadian thing, man. Hi, Crispin.
Kristen is great. So, all right. And now
Thank
your
you for
program
having
manager
us.
is
Yes. Hi,
Yeah,
James.
So, all right. Well, it was a pleasure to have you ladies, and I look forward to seeing more of y'all.
All right.
Yay.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Miss you both.
I miss
Bye.
everybody.
I know, me too.